The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash,
A roundtable of Cowboys insiders
dropping wisdom
and offering sizzling takes
on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys.
Now, your host,
Newy Scruggs.
Media Mash time on a hump day right here from the Star in Frisco. I am Newy Scruggs along with Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star, Telegram guy Jean-Jacques Taylor, former Cowboy beat writer and the author. Well, Packers week.
Yeah, that's it.
Micah says it's going to be painful.
Yeah, like Mr. You're too young for this, Nick.
Like Mr. T?
Yeah, exactly. Nick's too young to remember, but in Rocky 3, what's your prediction, Clubber?
Hey, I'm a Rocky aficionado.
Oh, okay. So
It's about the only sports movie
Cut me,
franchise I've
Mick.
ever seen.
Cut me, Mick.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So Rocky 3, you up on that one? Okay.
Yeah, four's my favorite. I mean, obviously, four's the best.
No, man. It was
Four's the best.
Three,
Four's the
man.
best.
Three with
Three's
Clubber.
good. Three's
Clubber.
good.
Hey, woman. I mean, when the man is trying to fight Rocky and Rocky's saying no, he decides to go right at his wife. It gets more disrespectful than that.
No.
It doesn't. It then Mick's like, hey, man, you ain't ready to fight this dude.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean? Then Mickey tells him the truth. Hey, man, I've been carrying you, man. That whole eye of the tiger thing, me had 10 fights. You ain't that good.
It's reality check, man.
It was. Okay, so Micah's ready to deliver some pain to Dak Prescott here. What level of anger do you expect him to be playing with?
Micah Parsons?
Yes.
He's going to have some emotions. And we've talked to Micah Parsons. We know who Micah Parsons is. We understand when emotions get involved. He typically lets that fuel him rather than, funnel him, if that makes sense. He's going to be coming at Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton on Sunday. There's no doubt about it.
So you say that. I'm thinking to myself, knowing that, hey, there's Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass
That's
here.
very true as well.
Did you go to the DC and say, hey, man, I've done this before. You know what I could do? And let me shoot through this gap and try to get to Dak Prescott, especially since Booker is not going to be there.
I will say one note. Brian Schottenheimer did not anoint TJ Bass as the starting right guard today. He said it's going to be a competition this week. Trevor Keegan, the guy they claimed off the Eagles waiver wire at the beginning of the season, he's going to be in that mix, as well as Hakeem Adeniji. So it wouldn't surprise me if one of those two guys maybe make the push instead.
See, I was going to ask, I'm always curious. Was that a real, it's going to be a competition, or I just want to make sure he's at his best week of practice, so I'm going to tell him it's going to be a competition?
I think so, because when you talk about experience with Keegan and Adeniji, I think it overwhelms what Bass has had. Even though he's had 5 games of starting experience in 2 years, those guys are going to give him a push, no doubt.
So we need the question to be asked to Jerry on Friday on 105.3 The Fan at 10 o'clock. Jerry will tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's the inactive this week?
We're going to have 3 families listening.
Hey, don't forget Devin Blues family.
Blues family.
Yeah, they didn't do
Mozzie's
this.
family. Last year it was Cook. Dalvin Cook was listening to the show to find out if he was going to play. So that's it, man. I need to go ahead and hit the boys up on the KNC Masterpiece to go ahead and ask the question.
Now, let me ask you this, because, Nick, you're too young for this. Don't you? No, that was
Y'all do this
respectful too young.
Y'all do
Yes.
this too.
Don't you?
Y'all do this too.
Don't you enjoy the moments when, and this happened the first time, when you used to not know you were inactive till you went to the locker room on game day and there was no jersey in there for you?
T-shirt.
That's tough.
That happened the first round. I
That
picked
Cowboy-
Ebenezer Eckerbaum.
That Cowboy Pro Shop shirt.
I mean, can you imagine that, man? All week you think you're playing, and you walk in the locker room, there's a T-shirt.
That
You
salute.
wake up the morning of, great vibes. You're in your car going to the game, great music. You're walking in, I'm about to dominate today.
Eat light at the team breakfast. I got to be light on my feet.
Right. Just had cantaloupe, and a little honeydew melon, just a little melons right there, maybe a little protein shake, get there, and all of a sudden
Dude.
they can give you the salute to a service shirt.
Ebenezer Eckerbaum was so mad, I thought he was going to kill Parcells.
Hey, do you want the funniest note of all time? Michael Parsons is on the injury report today, limited with a back injury.
Now they just clowning. See? Now, he probably said, "Hey, coach, can you put this on the injury report, please?"
I mean, that's dirty.
Come on, man. I
That's-
like Mike.
that's-
He's gonna
that's
be. It'll
dirty.
be fun.
Look, I like Micah too, and he will. So I'm wondering, will it be Luka level mad? How will he come
Well,
back?
see, I think he's
No. Because
See, I don't think so. because he's disappointed, mad at Jerry. He ain't mad at his teammates. And see, really, I'm having fun. But when he said I thought it would be painful, I kind of took it like it might be painful for me to have to do my boy like this. Like when I used to beat Clarence on the story, it was like painful. I still enjoyed it though. That kind of thing.
Yeah, these are always interesting. It's Ray Allen going back to Boston. Remember the Miami Heat. And them dudes all swole at you. So whatever. They got it. But Micah did ask to be traded.
That's the difference.
Okay.
Yep.
So Micah
he got
wanted
to the place where he wanted to go.
You wanted your money. You got what you wanted. So, and I've told some people well, he's gonna be
why?
Yes, correct. You had ultimately with all due respect, you had a number. You wanted the number. Jerry wasn't going to meet the number, so you said trade me. Mm-hmm. He traded you. He gave you your money. You're on a really good football team.
Championship caliber team.
This is a team I picked to go to the Super Bowl.
You really better off than you were in Dallas, if you ask me.
Right.
So he don't really have no reason to be mad other than to say, you try to act like I wasn't a big deal. Let me show you I can be a big deal.
Right. I mean, that's my feeling when I look at this from Micah Parsons. Then on the other side, it's Kenny Clark, who was a part of the trade, and Kenny spoke with us today, and he says he's got no hard feelings. It's for him. He's saying it's just business. Nick, I believe him when he talks like that.
Yeah, I do too. And he said he's going to have a box at the game on Sunday. I wonder if Jerry offered it to him. That's another question they need to ask on KNC on Friday. He said that box is going to be full. And I tried to get it out of him a little bit. I was like, is this an opportunity for closure for you? Because we talked about that Luka return game. That was certainly closure for him. It felt like the end of that era when he walked out of that stadium with 50 points that night or whatever it was. And Kenny's like, I'm not getting lost in all that. This is just another game for me. I know these guys a little bit better, but that's all it is.
So we were talking on the Players Lounge about it, and Church told me that he looked one time into a box for Thanksgiving. He said the boxes cost $30,000.
Who looked into it?
Barry Church.
Is that after he got the deal or before he?
No. He looked into it for this year. He looked into a box.
Oh, well, he's been retired a long time. That's a lot of bread. You've been retired.
Right. So he said 30, and I said, well, here's my thing. Does that include the food? Because there's different, right? That's what I said. So I'd love to know. Kenny's got a box, as you said, Nick. Is this Jerry saying thank you?
It's a write-off. So,
or here's the thing too. Can you do that? I mean, as under the salary cap, as an owner, can you do that? Or so so be
what
very.
Do you think, Nick? Can you do that?
Or I mean, look, Witten and Romo used to share a box, so but purchase it at whatever price tag. But anyway,
speaking of the box, so Micah Parsons bought a box for the season at AT&T Stadium, and couldn't get the money back on it, couldn't get a refund, and he offered it to Kenny Clark. Kenny had already gotten one, and so he said the suite's going to be packed out with a lot of Micah people on Sunday at AT&T Stadium. So there is a suite at AT&T Stadium for all 8 home games this year that is going to be Parsons owned. I wonder if his name's on the outside of how they etch the names on it.
Well, he shouldn't have any problem selling that.
Yeah, no.
Unless they continue down this downward spiral.
December will be challenging.
Although opposing team fans who got some paper might want to buy it.
So you got 2 December home games. The 14th against Minnesota, which is scheduled to be on Sunday Night Football.
Scheduled.
Won't be.
Then it's the 21st against the Chargers, a few days before Christmas.
New game.
That's still a good Christmas gift, man.
Yeah. You and I have been here long enough to know.
My daughter was hitting me up for preseason tickets. Somebody want to go.
We've been around here long enough, and it's not just here. But here especially, because people here, they're not making that drive to go see a bad team.
No.
But in most cities, once December rolls around and if you're not good, hey Jacques, I've got these seats, and you can get them at a discount because it's a December 21st game.
Yeah, so I'm telling you,
the ability to possibly get some cash for some Christmas gifts.
Take precedence.
Get motivated.
How much you want for them $500 tickets, bro?
Take $350, $4. I mean that's where you get to, and it. I mean, like right now, Rangers are playing tonight. Well, the team's eliminated from playoff contention. Hey,
yeah, I'm disappointed in them. They was the gutty little Rangers, the gritty little Rangers, and then they just turned and quit at one fell swoop.
I mean, look how many people injured though, man.
Stop.
What?
They won 6 of 7 with all those guys injured too.
And then reality hit in. Who they were.
Yeah, reality hit in, and they just let it go.
And so, and now it's a sad way to see Bruce Bochy retire, go out the game. But
She already said that?
Everybody seems to think that. It's trending that way.
off camera, I'll tell you.
You know he's breaking some news on the media mash.
Off camera, I'll tell you what I know.
Oh,
Tell you what I know.
okay.
And there's usually one person who can help make these decisions. And that's who I heard is like, hey. So Kenny Clark saying it's just business. He doesn't care. He's here to play football. He's saying the right thing. I talked to Jack Sanborn, who was a little bit spicy because I would say spicy in a bad way, but, I was asked about that defense. I mean, you can get about 95 points. What's changing? When these happen?
I know he did give you some attitude, dog.
He didn't give me attitude, but I'd say there's some desperation. Week 3, no need to be desperate.
Well, maybe he ain't watched all 22 yet.
I'm like, bro, if Caleb Williams is lighting you up, and first time in his career, he hasn't been sacked.
NFC Player of the Week, Caleb Williams is lighting you up.
And Russell Wilson throws for 450, and we're thinking that he's cooking again, and now he's benched. I would say there's some desperation should be happening because Jordan Love is better than both of those quarterbacks at this point in his career, and you're about to face a really good running back. They held Saquon Barkley in check in Philadelphia.
They also didn't give up the big plays. I mean, they gave up the one, but it wasn't like we've seen the last 2 weeks.
But this kid, Josh Jacobson, asked Kenny Clark about that too. This is a really good running back, and they got to fix this, man. I mean, to quote your boy Rich Dalrymple, you were too young for that one.
Fix this,
Rich.
I'm aware of that one.
Yes. The origin of a man involved. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful story. How Jacques was involved in that.
I heard that's why we can't tweet in the locker room now, so thanks.
But it really wasn't me. It was really
How about y'all fix this Rich?
it was really your boy from SI.
Robert Klemko.
Yes, it really was. It wasn't me. I had my own individual discourse with number 88. I mean, it was heated now.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
And that's when I had to get on Devon Street, sorry, behind. Said, ain't nobody even talking to you, man.
He's not over it.
Nah, because I was an all-pro receiver. I mean, I was an all-pro writer. And he a backup receiver. He can't talk to me like that. I mean, Nick.
Yeah.
Even as a youngster in the game, you can take getting cussed out by Dak or somebody who starts or been to a Pro Bowl. I ain't cussed out by no practice squad player.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not happening, dog. See, it came out.
The equivalent of Flournoy getting on you, and you're like,
Yeah.
You? Really?
I ain't taking that from you.
You?
Shut up.
No disrespect to Ryan Flournoy.
Oak Cliff Taylor came out, man.
Oak Cliff.
Like, you?
Rugged the lead better, baby. Don't slip. Man. Don't let the smooth taste fool you now just because I drive a Porsche. I'll get up on
Said
you,
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Devon Street had no chance.
man.
Huh?
None, dog. None.
When players and media get petty, it can be fun around here. It can get fun. When Terrell Owens refused to talk to me and Edward or answer our questions, I mean, it can get fun. It can get fun to the point, oh, fine, you don't want to answer, I'll just keep on asking questions so you can keep saying no comment. So you haven't reached that, Nick. Everybody likes you, Everybody likes you.
Yeah,
but,
Be surprised.
but at some point,
It's all good till it ain't, bro.
You'd be surprised.
yeah, at some point in time, it's going to get to that point where you're going to have one that, and it'll stay with you. They'll be long gone. They'll be long gone. Like, oh,
What Devon Street
right. See what happened when I take it down to Devon Street Lane? This dude, you don't even remember what number he wore here. I mean,
I don't
that
even
long
remember
ago.
what number he
15. 15. But it stays in you. People bring up the player. To me, it's the player.
Yeah.
The player, Terrell Owens.
Cut from Dallas, cut from the Colts, cut from the Jets. 10 career receptions.
Chris B, we see. Producer Chris B, we see Jacques is still
Not bad for a 5th round bust.
from Pittsburgh.
Wish he couldn't carry Billy Davis' job.
Media pettiness. Media pettiness is real when you cover the Cowboys, my man.
Media bash, if you will.
See if he's on Twitter.
It is. Stop it.
So I can send him a text. What's up, Holmes?
So I'm just waiting on you, young Nick. When you get yours, we have ours.
Yeah.
We have ours. At some point in time, there will be one player on this beat that you say I can't stand forever. And when he's gone.
Yep.
And you'll take glee and joy in just saying, "Hey, he's."
I
no
really
longer
don't
here.
do that.
Young Tommy Yarish had his first.
Ooh.
And it was actually in OTAs. He was just tweeting out practice notes, and he had said that one specific receiver beat one specific DB on a route. That was it. And that specific DB quote tweeted it and said, "Tommy, let's get this right. He didn't beat me." I'm just saying that player's no longer here, and Tommy had a nice little party about it.
See, that's kind of tame.
It is definitely tame.
That's
definitely tame.
that's
It's more the public display,
You mean like
because that's where the disrespect. Because he knew Tommy. He could have walked up to Tommy the next day and be like, "Hey,"
yeah.
but he didn't.
You mean more like when Roy Williams and Gerard put me as a wanted poster in the middle of the locker room and called me all kind of vile homophobic names? You talking about that? That warranted the whole story in the Dallas Observer.
I'm sure. Sure.
I mean, look. I said the pettiness could get real. I remember when Rick,
Nah, I'm cool with all them cats now.
So Jacques was writing over the morning news at the time, and I remembered back in the day when gentleman named Richie Witt wrote for the Star Telegram, and Charles Haley did not like him. And Charles Haley referred to him as Richie, not Richie Witt, but with an S. Look, Charlie, look, it's Richie. It was just so petty, but so funny. So yeah, man. You when you cover the Cowboys, man, at some point in time, there's going to be a player that you don't necessarily care for, and this player doesn't care for you as you're doing your job. But it is definitely going to be fun to just kind of reminisce a little bit.
I'll remember this conversation when that happens, fellas.
Thank you. There's going to be one. All of us have. Go ask Clarence and Todd Archer.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Ask any of the people. There's somebody. There's somebody on the list.
With Calvin J. Ratliff.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one, bro.
Yeah.
But Calvin with Wade Phillips was even better.
That was, you know what, man? I won't lie, man. That was wrong. Even though that was cold.
I can't remember the line.
That was cold, man. That was Rob Parker-esque. Like Rob Parker messing with Rod Marinelli in Detroit. Like, it was at that level. Like, you probably shouldn't have done
He got suspended for a week for that.
Yeah.
Calvin did? Oh, tough.
Yeah, morning news. Yeah, I can say that was one like, I don't know if you need
I can't remember the line, though. It was something about I could coach him to the playoffs since you can't. Something in that vein.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, but something in that vein.
I remember this story.
But that's because, we all get testy and
He
frustrated.
hits you want to hit back, and sometimes you don't need to go ahead and get that lick. Sometimes you don't need to get that lick in.
But it feels good at the moment.
And when you heard the lick, it's like,
And then you go, like I had one of those with Charles Haley back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Him?
I tell the story often. It was me. And this is back when you could really be a reporter. Mm-hmm. Meaning it was about 6 o'clock. Only people in the locker room is me and Nate.
right.
And he's breaking down some blocking techniques to me. And Haley walks in and says something smart. And he's at the opposite end of the locker room. And me feeling, because, this was 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I'm 28 years old. And I said something back, something real fly. And he looked at me, and Nate was like, bro, you need to go now. And I said, huh? And I looked over at Haley. I said, all right, I'm out. Because Haley had started walking over. and it was the same thing. Like, I didn't need to say the fly thing that I said. I took it too far.
And you have to, and the other thing too is you have to realize at times who you're dealing with.
Yes.
KYP, know your personnel. KYP.
And Charles was not one, because it could go a lot of ways, and most of those ways weren't going to be good back then.
Back then, yeah.
Shoot,
Back
now.
then.
Even now.
And he's tamed now, bro.
Now
back then.
Now me and Charles text.
Yeah. So back then it was wild. I mean, I remember being there when I was there when Michael ever threw the trash can. After Jimmy got let go. I mean, so back then, them dudes was there. It was different, bro.
But let me tell you,
Fun.
that was the best time ever to be a reporter.
Yeah, I envy it. I do.
Because you could be a reporter. You could hang around. If I want to wait, if I say, hey, Troy, can I get you after you watch tape? Mm-hmm. I ain't going to be done until 7:30. Cool.
Yep.
I stayed there till 7:30.
You could walk into an assistant coach's office.
Yeah, that's crazy. David Moore was telling me a story at owners' meetings this past year about when Landry got fired. They just walked into his office and he was packing boxes and they got him. And I was like, man, we tried to do that when McCarthy got out of here. We'd be locked up under the basement at Area 51.
I used to say it was just a matter of how hard you wanted to work.
Right.
How much
it
you
was
wanted
different.
to grind.
It was different, man. But, the NFL's it's a lot different, but fun stuff. All right, let's get our first break in here right here on the Media Mash with Nick Harris, Jacques Taylor. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is DallasCowboys.com.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16. It is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Back to Media Mash.
All right, you see the bag right here. Tostitos team bags are back. You can get the official chip of the Dallas Cowboys at your local store, available for a limited time. Scan that QR code or visit FritoLayExperiences.com for a chance to win epic experiences all season long. One lucky Cowboy fan will win an epic game day experience to get to be a part of the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day traditions. And that's courtesy of Tostitos Media Mash. I'm Newy Scruggs. We've got Jacques Taylor here, and we've got Nick Harris. All right, Cowboys get ready to face the Green Bay Packers. This is on NBC Sunday Night Football. The Packers defense right now, number one in points given up defensively, 14.7. Been a minute since they've given up 20.
Who's 27th in that category?
I don't know.
That's Cowboys.
Yep. They've given up 95 points. And like I said, you've given it up to Russell Wilson, Caleb Williams, and then, Hurts got you, but no surprise against Hurts. But if you got two guys that, I'll go out on a limb and say I don't think they'll be at the Pro Bowl as starters between Russell Wilson and Caleb. And Russell just lost his job to Jackson Dart. This is not good. They've got to fix some stuff. And Shotty didn't want to give away the game plan today at the press conference, but he says they're working on some things. Nick, what could it be?
Unless it's personnel changes, man, I do not care. They got to make a change with these safeties. These safeties continue to be the core of the issue when it comes to communication, when it comes to these busted coverages. Unless it's Wanye Thomas or Marquise Bell getting a shot at it, I'm not seeing where the major change could actually be made. Unless it's just a complete flip to playing more man coverage. Unless it's just that. But that makes no sense because you prepped a completely different thing.
Maybe the change is coming from internal, meaning I just play better. I spent this week figuring out. Neither one of y'all seem to buy that, man.
Well, Jack
That's what they said last week, right?
Well, maybe it took 2 weeks.
So Jack Sanborn said that today, and Kenny Clark said that in the locker room after the game. And I said, but Kenny, with all due respect, you guys said that last week.
Maybe it takes more than 1 week. Like, for real. Maybe it takes more than 1 week.
Okay.
Brian Schottenheimer did say it's a 1 week fix last week. Well, so that's where I continue to be like, okay, then what are we looking at here?
Well, sometimes, and I'm playing the devil's advocate here. Sometimes you can say, hey, we got a surgery, we're going to go in and do this. And you get in there, and you're like, oh, it took 8 hours instead of 4 because we found all this other stuff we didn't know was wrong with you. And so maybe as they're dissecting it, because clearly they got problems.
And so going back to what Nick said here, you just look at Donovan Wilson. I'm not trying to pick on Donovan Wilson, but the way they're playing him right now, this isn't the best version of Donovan Wilson.
That ain't even his fault. To me,
that's not the best version of Donovan Wilson.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about changes here, my first thought would be if you're going to keep running this thing, then you need to put someone else out there besides Donovan to run that. Yeah. That's my first thought.
Yeah, I think it starts there. And then I think you could also look at the situation at corner. Deron Bland's coming back. Is it as easy as placing him in for Reddy Stewart? I think you need to look at other options too. I think you could look at replacing him with Trayvon Diggs. Let Trayvon Diggs get back to full speed. Let him actually get a ramp up. They worked all training camp to get him ready for week 1. And man, it was great that he did, blah, blah, blah. He gets out there, 20 snaps, good. That's a good little workload. And then he has to get thrown into week 2 and week 3. And you see that when he goes to jam Rome Odunze and then he slips. That's not an elite corner playing on the field at that point. That's a guy still getting his feet under him. Let him get his feet under him for a couple weeks. Not a permanent fix, but throw Bland on the outside and keep Reddy Stewart in the mix. He's been your best defensive back over the last couple of weeks.
Man, it's tough because so many people want to jump on Matt Eberflus as the defensive coordinator. I understand that, but at the same time, man, this whole thing was challenged from the time you traded Micah Parsons because Micah makes up for a whole lot of other things. And the guys that they said, hey, you go do it, they haven't done it. DBs have issues. The linebacking core is it's just trouble right now, man. I don't know how they fix it this week. I would not pick them to win this game right here on a Wednesday.
I wouldn't pick them on Thursday or Friday either.
Yeah, because I thought last week was the win you needed. Like you have to beat them as you start to look at the schedule. I never had this circled down as a W for the Cowboys.
No, so here's the deal: if you didn't have it circled down as a W, you can't go crazy if they drop it on Sunday because you never had it circled as a W.
How do you look?
I'll buy that because now to me, I'm past this L. I'm like, you got enough to beat the Jets? Because that's like the game that matters.
Jets in Carolina.
Because you can still be 3-3 after 6 and you go, I wish we had been 4-2, but 3-3 is not so bad.
The Bears, I would think we'd all say, when we started counting W's at the beginning of the year, the Bears was when you counted a W.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. And so that's the goal. And then you barely escaped the Giants. So now you look at this Packers game, you're like, and then the Jets and Carolina, these are road games. You can't just sit around here and just, throw W's up on this.
No.
Everything is questionable right now.
Everything's questionable. And the issue is we've basically seen, 13 quarters of defense? They played 3 games, so that's 13 quarters because they had overtime. They've only played good in 2 quarters of defense. The second half against Philly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. So, clearly they had issues.
And the offense has to help the defense. Okay, let's.
But can we help you if we down 21-0? Like they couldn't help him in the second half yesterday. Once they punted, and it's okay to punt. So you're not gonna score a touchdown every time. It's okay to punt, and then you go 19 plays, 76 yards, 10 minutes. We can't help you no more.
It's a problem. So they've got some issues here, and I'm just looking at. When Shotty says, okay, we're going to do some things, what can you really do? Mm-hmm. Because no cavalry coming over the hill, and Jerry can talk about enforcements are on the way. So Bland being back, but we all know this. Back to what? Being on the field is one thing. Being on the field, being effective, and being the Deron Bland, that's a whole different deal.
Right.
We don't know. And then Savon Ravel, I said, rookie. That's tough, man.
Yep.
It's
a rookie
tough.
that hasn't played football in a year.
Yeah, that's tough. So my first thought, I'm with you, Nick. Can you start at the safety position? And I hope that Donovan doesn't take it personal because this is not him. This is just not putting the guy in the right spot. It's like when Roy Williams was here. After a while, it was like, hey, they had Roy playing. You're not playing where you need to be playing. Roy was not a cover. He was a box guy. Donovan is a box. He's a guy you want playing close. Under Dan Quinn's scheme, and even with Zimmer, you saw the flashes. But right now, with this scheme here, that's a challenge, man. Yeah. It is a true challenge. So let's get our final break in here. Something that was brought up from Jeff Kolb to Jerry Jones after the game that's getting some traction, and I'm just kind of shaking my head like, really? We're going to do that? Let's do it next right here on the Media Mash. So DallasCowboys.com.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has like all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16 and is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to Media Mash.
Cowboys Nation, Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, is exclusively in the Dallas Cowboys app. Join the official fan club today to receive access to Cowboys Drops, where you can win game tickets, autograph items, exclusive experiences, and more. Download the app to join. You're in the Media Mash from Newy Scruggs, joined by Jean-Jacques Taylor, former Cowboy beat reporter, and Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. So after the Bears lost, Jerry Jones came out and met the media. Jeff Kolb of Fox 4 asked Jerry, would you be open to moving one of your first-round picks to get a player to help the team this season? And I took it from Jerry's answer, all right, asking Jerry right after a game when emotions are high, whatnot, hey, would you do something? And Jerry said, yes, we'll be open. And I took it in terms of Jerry's about, hey, we're in the, the line. We're in the acquisition business, 365-day year. If we can make the team better, A lot of people are running with it. Jacques, I took it as simply you're not one player away, and they're not going to do it because the currency of the pick is not now. The currency of the pick will really become draft time. That's my.
Don't tell him that.
I was going to say.
A first rounder?
Yeah.
The currency of the trade was not a week before the season. The currency of the trade was many months ago.
I mean, moving it now. Just armed with 2 picks from Green Bay. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nobody. I don't see what impact player you could acquire because that team would need that impact player. And I'm not trading a first-round pick for a 31-year-old Trey Hendrickson.
No.
So.
Yeah, this team is not one player away, regardless. So package those picks or use those picks over the course of the next couple of years and call it that. You got 4 really good talents coming in the next 2 years. You would hope so.
Yeah, that's how I see it. And I also referenced the Amari Cooper trade when they were a 3-5 football team, and it looked like Jason Garrett might lose the team. They made the pick for Cooper. He came in here. He was the spark that was needed, and they ended up making the playoffs. There's not a play that's going to help them. And, oh, by the way, something that people aren't talking about enough, if you want to make a deal right now and you're bringing in some type of impact player, what's the cost that comes with it? Because these players either are going to want to come here and get a contract or they're bringing in a heavy contract that you're going to have to go ahead and work with. And that can be another issue here, which is one reason why Micah Parsons isn't here. Micah Parsons wanted and deserved a mega contract. And you got a quarterback making $60 million. You got a wide receiver making $34 million. You know, they could not afford a guy making $45, $47 million as a pass rusher.
They could afford it. They chose not to.
I don't think, you know what?
Other teams figure out how to get their best players signed and have more best players, Philadelphia. So you can do whatever you want to. You can pay a credit card.
But here's the thing: Philly's not paying the numbers the Cowboys are. I mean,
and why are they?
And that therein lies. Okay, that's where you can go to the Cowboys and say, "Hey, here's a problem." Should you have gotten Dak Prescott at a different number when Hurts got paid? Should you have gotten him at that number when Jackson got paid? Yeah. You know, that was the time. Getting Lamb done earlier. When doggone Micah was talking about, I'll take less, and hey man, here's 30, take it and run to the bank. There's the question. But by the time it got to the prices you had to pay, that was a lot. To take 3 guys potentially to earn that kind of money.
Yeah.
I didn't. Fans don't want to hear it, but I don't know how they were going to make that work. And when Jerry said yesterday on the Fan, I had a number. He knew what the number was. He didn't want it. I can buy that from the standpoint it was expensive. And in talking to a former staffer here, he said, yeah, it really was ridiculous. He said, hey, man, it was a ridiculous thing to try to think that you could pay those 3 guys and go build a football team around. He's like, you really, really couldn't. And that they put themselves in a very tough position.
So they got value out of it while they could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, they put them, you see, just what you just said. They put themselves in a very difficult position. Then they blamed Micah. You see what I'm doing? See what I'm saying?
So, Jacques.
That's what that's kind of stuff you get at the crib, man, and you end up divorced.
I worked in Los Angeles. Worked in Hollywood.
Right.
Okay, so if you're writing the story, the Jacques Taylor Netflix special, aren't you the hero? if you're a co-producer, aren't you the hero in your story? You're not gonna come out here and tell a story, but Jacques was an awful man. The devil's child. No, you're the hero.
Was the Netflix special we saw.
Okay, you're the hero. Bob Kraft special. The hero. I was just trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
Bill and John. I did what I could until it broke. We came back and said he was a hero, and everybody was like, "Man, stop it, Bob." So yeah, Jerry's telling you that story, but come on, what we expect him to do? Isn't anybody? I mean, tell me the guy that writes the story that says I'm the villain, I'm the bad guy. Even Nico Harrison's like, hey, man, we try and trade for defense. Huh? I mean, even Nico keeps standing up there at these press conferences, Harrison for the Mavs. Nico keeps trying to tell his story, man. Nobody's going to come out and say, man, I'm
me.
Right.
I was wrong.
Right.
My fault.
Right.
They ain't doing it.
Joe Shane, Giants, you heard Joe come out and say, hey, man, I messed that one up. No, but I am trying to figure out why Daniel Jones seems to be playing in Indianapolis, and he wasn't worth 2 dead flies put together in New York with Dayball, which means I don't even know if I can trust you with Jackson Dart now, dog. Yeah, man. Yeah. Matter of fact, I got to fire him right now. Who? Dayball. No. I'm not firing him. Oh, yeah. If I'm mayor, I'm firing Joe Shane. No. That's the guy I want. If I'm a Giants fan, I'm not mad at the coach as much as I'm mad at the general manager. How much better is Dayball if he's got Saquon Barkley? I mean, Kellen Moore got an NFL head coaching job off Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley out here making people money, saving jobs, getting people promoted. You had him in your building, and the owner told you, don't let this dude go to Philly. Oh, no. We're good, John. Maybe Chicago will pay him. Nah, he goes to Philly, wins the Offensive Player of the Year, damn near sets the rushing record in league history with the Super Bowl. I'm mad at the GM. Yeah. Who's also picking the players, telling the coach, you don't really need Saquon. You got Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was bad for many years. But Daniel Jones, I mean, think about it. This is a dude that needed to have the running game. Everybody's better with Saquon, okay? Right. Everybody better. So to me, I'm not saying the coach shouldn't be let go at some point in time, but Nick. Can I make it a package deal? And that could very well be. But to be mad at the coach with such incompetency at the GM position is kind of tough. Yeah, and I understand that. I would clean house. I'd just get it all over with. Oh, after the season. I mean, I'm just saying, if I were the owner, I would just clean house. Understanding that, it maybe not all have been Dayball's fault, but you know what? Didn't work here. So
Move on, cut your ties, cut your losses. I mean, Daniel Jones, you look back at what he did in 2022, it looks very similar to what he's doing now in Indianapolis. They couldn't sustain it, though. They couldn't build the offensive line around him that Daboll had a really good say in to make that happen. And, that's ultimately going to be their demise.
Yeah, at some point in time, I do think the decision makers okay. When you run an organization like that, the Giants from back when George Young took over, it's a GM-led team.
Yep.
George Young picked the players, Parcells coached them. I mean, that was even they won 2 championships. That's how they run that organization. The general manager is doing it. So as a coach, you only have so much juice and so much say. That's the way they run it. It's kind of like if you want to come here and coach the Dallas Cowboys, you know that Jerry Jones is going to have all the final decisions. He'll include you in them. We've clearly seen where coaches have decided, hey, I want this player, such as Rod Marinelli says Taco Charlton fits the scheme better than TJ Watt. It happens, but you do know Jerry's going to make the decision. Parcells didn't want T.O., Jerry did. These things happen. It's the way it works here. And so for a guy like Daboll, the best thing you can do after you get fired is if somebody interviews you for another job. Like, hey, man, what can I do? It is what it is. It's Mike Shanahan getting fired by Al Davis.
Yeah.
And people were, okay, it's Al. And Shanahan, when he got his second opportunity, coached the Denver Broncos, won 2 Super Bowls. And so you got to know what it is. But it's a tough situation up there in New York.
It is.
And, for the Cowboys, they're kind of lucky because they replaced Washington. Is that sell a team is keeping you out of it. and that's where we got to go here. Shotty talked about Jake Ferguson potentially getting more run this week. Here's my thought, and just tell me if I'm wrong.
Jake Ferguson?
It's a tight end. How much damage can Jake really do?
He can catch 24 passes for 120 yards.
Thank you. That comes to my thing. It's like, okay, that's nice, and Jake's a good player, but is he a difference maker? That's probably one. Is he going to be a difference maker? Travis Kelce shows you he's a difference maker in that Kansas City offense here. Is that really going to be the case here?
Jake has been a difference maker.
He's the oil in your machine. He's not going to be the thrust or the boost or the high gear that can make it happen at the end of the day. But he's going to be the oil in the machine. This Green Bay defense through 3 weeks has given up the 3rd most passing yards to tight ends. So there's going to be opportunities in the middle. The linebackers, I love what they do in pass coverage, but they're asked to play more on the boundary. Edgerrin Cooper, he's a guy that I really liked coming out of Texas A&M a couple of years ago. And that's where you see him, and you see him in the run game too. But they run a lot of Tampa too. And what happens in Tampa too is the running back's going to get a lot of action in the pass game, and so is the tight end. And that's what's happened with Green Bay so far. So Jake Ferguson, he's going to have his opportunities this week. Is it more than 13 catches? I don't know. But he's going to have his run, and he's going to continue to.
They need the Jake Ferguson from 2 years ago who averaged 10.5.
You need some explosive plays,
and
right?
5 touchdowns.
You need some explosive.
Absolutely.
Not a guy averaging 6.5 yards to catch.
Yeah.
That's running back numbers, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's what Witten was at the end when Jason, when he came back after retirement. That was what you're getting out of Jason. And
he's got the 27 receptions. You want to guess how many broken tackles he's had?
3,
2, and they all came on one play in Philadelphia.
No,
so I mean, he's got to be able to find that contact balance again. I think maybe what could be playing in the back of his mind is when he tried to break that tackle in Week 1 against Cleveland last year, and he got that knee sprain, and he was lucky it wasn't worse. And I wonder how much that factors into, hey, I got this big contract, want to be able to live it out, maybe see another one. I think about those things when it comes to Jake Ferguson.
If they're going to go to him, they need some more explosiveness.
Absolutely.
That's what they need from him. You're going to need something like getting down the seams and be able to catch these balls and do something. But just from what we've seen, like, it cannot be another Chicago performance. You're going to need more from him. Mm-hmm. If that's what you're saying, hey, we're going to move him up here. We're going to need to see some more. And it just has to be there. They need explosive plays. They also need to have the ability to run and sustain the football to keep this defense off the field.
I think there's really only one player that I could look at and say, now that could be a difference maker, because you're expecting George Pickens to get his. You're expecting Jake Ferguson to get his. I don't know if you're expecting Kevontae Turpin to get his. And if they can figure out how to get the ball into Kevontae Turpin's hands, I think they might find some success. They had that deep play against Chicago in the second half. The game didn't matter by that point, but there's going to be opportunities like that for him.
If a kid like Turpin can give you 2 explosive plays in a game, that's what you need. If you can get 2 of those here, sustain some drives and get yourself some scoring play. That's what you need. But that's going to be the key for them to me, in my mind, if I'm coming up with an offensive game plan. We've got to find some explosive plays out here. And you got to help your defense. You've got to help the defense. They've done a decent job of stopping the run. It's going to be a heck of a lot trying to this is a challenge this week. Yeah. Jacob's a really good player. He's a good football player. Hey, Jock, appreciate you being here. Nick, well done. Man, Chris in the back, producing, doing everything. Appreciate having Newy Scruggs. This is the Media Match. We'll talk to you next time right here on DallasCowboys.com.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?